So it's been a little while, but I'm on my second sabbatical now. So I decided that this is something I needed to do regularly last year. And so I'm doing these things like yearly or whenever I feel it's necessary now. So to take these short sabbaticals of a week, 2 weeks, and do some traveling. Um, so whether it's like with an RV or whether it's going to hotels, or whether it's going to visit friends, or it's kind of a happenstance just nearby, I've kind of like learned that traveling is where I can kind of like get to know myself a lot better based on just me rather than like these external things about what I do or what I do for a living or who my friends are or whatever. My friends are always my friends, which is great, but I've kind of like learned that I can learn a few more things about myself every time that I go, and that every time I go, things really just happen. And yeah, this time I kind of decided to meet up with some more of the Evolving Out Loud Kyle Cease folks. And so there's other people who are traveling along with the same, not with me, but they're doing their own little sabbaticals. And we're like, a few of us are meeting up, which is kind of fun, just randomly. And we're just deciding to do that for a night and to get together and share the cost of a really nice place like this. Just sharing and having a little more community of like just understanding like how do we evolve and how do we keep ourselves fresh and new, and what do we become when we just kind of throw away who we were and we hit the road and we just have ourselves to be with rather than all the other creature comforts which tend to define us too much when we change environments. So a bunch of us are getting together. I have to come back again to Fayetteville because this is a great place. And actually, my friend Jamie helped open up another hotel somewhere. And so there are other places, and plus I have a rewards membership. So, and I don't know, I'm finding too that as I do this thing, new ideas come up. And last year I started an idea with, to move forward doing web design that I think I really wanted last year, and it's actually taken off some, which is wonderful. I wanted to do smaller, more bite-sized websites for people to get into like doing stuff for people, their service that they have, whether it's making cheesecakes, whether it's furniture, whether it's creating art, whether it's just a coaching thing, but smaller, bite-sized landing pages, and it goes along with Cosmic landing pages. And I talked about it long ago, but just to finally implemented it, where it's like you just show up and you can have a pop-up service and business and be as authentic as you want to be. You just say, this is what I'm doing for now or for a time or what I'm really drawn to do now, even if it's a side business or a side hustle as somebody else talks about. And people are really liking it because they don't have to invest a whole lot of money to do it. And I'm happy doing them for like, around probably the same price as Rita does her circles, about $200, $250. And they get to put a video, they get to do all this. They can give me a call and I can consult with them and really kind of tap into some of their creative stuff and maybe tap into some things about them, who they are. And I can do a few of these in a day. And so it's really better for me because it takes a few hours to do rather than 20 hours to do. People don't have to spend so much money. They can actually experiment. They can play with who they are, play with the services they deliver. If they don't like what they do, they can take down the landing page, and they've only invested so much in it. So it's they feel like it's good quality. Plus, this is a cool thing too that we've that I started thinking of. The old idea of web rings is like kind of now out of phase, but I've kind of created with this Cosmic Landing community kind of the Cosmic Landing web ring. And so when people see Cosmic Landing page's little logo, they can actually share that on their Facebook page or whatever, saying member Cosmic Landing pages. And then we have a little directory of people who have decided that they're stepping out into more authentic businesses. And they have just a one-pager, maybe a video, a contact way of contacting them. And it's simple, it's easy, it's not trickery. It's But yet people can actually click on that icon for Cosmic landing pages there and actually see a whole array of people who have really stepped into an authentic self, and it's growing. So the more people do that, and like, so it's not about the number or how many, but it's about the quality of people that are there who are really just willing to show an authentic self, willing to show what they do, whether it's, hi, it could be an hour of your time coaching, I'll do a tarot reading or whatever, or I make cheesecakes, or I'm making furniture, or I do artwork for you, or I create a soul circle. But it's all very specific. Like, it's almost like a micro movement, a micro business, and micro pop-up service that people can tap into and get to know other people. And like, there's a community that's kind of evolving with that too. Now I'm kind of realizing as I'm on the sabbatical that we all kind of want to get together and also have fun. There's this aspect of fun and of shedding aspects of ourselves. And, you know, sometimes people want to change things. So I've actually like had some tutorials for the people who have these landing pages on, okay, I did give you a password, so you can change things up, and here's how. So so they can go ahead and change things if they want, so they don't have to always rely on me. And plus, they didn't invest a ton on it. So some people have gone ahead and said, but I'm going to get a big website, Scott, I'm sorry. And I was like, no, you do it. This is what I do, just to help you kind of like micro put your foot in the pool. And I kind of like that now. So I just like help people put their foot in the pool in something new, something creative. And that's my job. And they can decide later on to find another web designer, another web company. But I'm here to help these folks just step into something fun and new and happy, and it's low investment. I can do a few of them a day, and so it still feeds me. And I have my regular clients still. Still working on, I think, that I'm going to transition my business. But now this way seems better to me, so I can actually start doing other things with the stuff that isn't serving me. I have more time, and it's been fun meeting folks and still connecting on these Facebook forums, Facebook groups. Rita and I have done some fun meditation stuff for the Cosmic Landing community people. Some free, some paid, some Patreon. And everybody's kind of catching on, and that we all know that we don't have to invest so much money in everything, but we can just show up and we can just be and play in this space, play with who we are, what we do, and if that changes, we can change. And you know, and if they want another site page, like 6 months down the road, they say, I'm actually going to do this because I've decided that this is like the real fit for me. $200 if they want a landing page from me, or a circle from Rita that really supports them throughout. And so our blog is taking off. People really like how we team up together and sort of play on that energy, even past this entrepreneurial shift thing that we did last year. The blog's taking off, and we're really talking about these aspects of what the new businesses look like, what the new relaxed solopreneur is like, what the new not so heavily overtly achieving entrepreneur is like. That
there you go. That's the timer, not the phone.
Oh. Good. Wow. Yeah, I've been thinking about that, so that's kind of.
Yeah, that's cool. Right. We are always thinking about bigger and better, and you know, maybe less is more.
Maybe smaller and manageable.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller and manageable. Take some naps. Have some fun.
Yeah.
No, don't worry so much. You know, people will come to you.
Yeah. Right.
Hopefully. Well, and we just need to trust. So anyway, it's me.
Okay. I'll do the supercharge. Okay, so a year ago, Scott and I were doing the entrepreneurial shift, and it's interesting. It was interesting doing it second time around. New things emerged after. It was like a cumulative effect from the first time, and since then we've just really gotten down to the essence. So I've watched Scott get down to the essence of what he really enjoys and what he feels brings out the most to people who come to him. And the cosmic landing pages just feel really safe for a variety of reasons for people who learn about them. They can jump into their idea without it being this massive undertaking. All they have to do is have a conversation with you, Scott, and suddenly they have a business because there's their landing page, and it's a way for people to come to them. So it's like one of those spokes out from you, all of your clients, and then they're a hub and there are spokes out from them. So that is causing the group to grow, the Cosmic Landing Page community to expand, and it's really developing into something that isn't about growing bigger and bigger, more and more people, and it's just about essence. We check in with each other regularly to make sure that we are staying true to our essence, to create a space where people who come feel the desire to check in regularly with themselves to make sure they're honoring their own essence. It's not like a regulatory space where you're not being in your essence and we need that here. So, you're out if you're not doing that. It's not that. It's just an encouragement to, like, we have fun reminders to everyone in the group to check in with themselves daily, weekly. It varies depending on what we feel like is a good reminder for that time. Are each of us in our essence right now? And we have these pop-up meetings, essence meetings, just like your clients are having pop-up businesses, and amazing things happen in these just spontaneous meetings where people come and check in to see if they're in their essence, and then their essence just comes right out. And so that's become like a focus of, it's like a foundation. We figured out, we learned, we kylegoed into existence a foundation for what we were going to do. And it started with Scott just honing down on his first road trip and shedding different things that, like, not littering, but tossing things out the window as he traveled down the road. And for other people to latch on to if it's something that they need. So so that trip was, and then he came to visit me, and we just really refined it, and it just came together. It wasn't like a real there was no effort in it. It's like we came together, and then everything came together, and it's all beautiful now.
I like that idea of essence meetings. I think we just coined a term.
Essence meeting.
Just sort of checking in with our essence. That's amazing.
Mm.
But just like that, just small core. Are we in line with it?
Right. Do I really want this? What I'm focused on right now? Is this really necessary?
Yeah. And if you get resistance, whatever, you're not going to get chucked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's what the circles are doing for people, just showing them a little part of their essence. I feel like that's what my landscapes do. They capture the essence of this place.
Kind of feel like what traveling is doing to me is just like capturing kind of an essence that I haven't really looked at.
Yeah. Right.
Like where's the calmness in me? So that's
the calmness of like everyday life. Where's the calmness in you in everyday life?
Yeah, or like the calmness in my spirit or personality, or as I discover kind of who I am through being calm. So I don't know. It's a new little
that just struck me as funny. It's finding out who I am through being calm. just because it's foreign, you know, it's like, no, we have to go on an adventure. We have to leap off a cliff with a parachute, find out who you really are.
Go on a journey, a vision quest, and it's very extroverted.
Yeah.
All of it.
I'm just gonna be calm, find out who I am.
No. I'll like have moments of like travel and extroversion, and then I'll just take a nap and figure it out. So, yeah. Fun.
Yeah. That's good.
All right. Your turn.
Yep. Okay. So a year ago, I was kind of finding out finding out how much I was really going to trust what the circles were telling me, and discovering what was behind the circles, what was driving and speaking for and moving through the circles. And that's been that's been a real fun education over the last year. Challenging, requires a lot of courage, but it's helped me get more into my own essence and be able to verbalize it and feel comfortable operating from there on a regular basis. And that just gives other people the permission to do the same thing. And so Scott and I are creating this community of people who check in regularly to make sure they're operating from their essence. And it's not like a spiritual rule. It's just because we all really want to do that. And so that's that seems to be a big draw for bringing more people to want to have their circles done. And it's not like a requirement that you get a circle done or have a cosmic landing page made to be in the group, but it's just sort of evolved into that being like a necessary step so that people can really understand what we're about and what the group is about. And so our community is growing, but that's not really the focus. The focus is just, I don't want to say whittling down. It's more of I'm just feeling a sense of just holding it in our palms, something that we can hold in our palms. So it's not like we're chipping away at anything. We're just holding something that we love, like a little kitten or a little puppy, and it's the most of who we are. It seems like it's a small thing, but it's actually this massive, expansive us. And it increases possibility because we're focused on this little part instead of all the different parts. It increases the potential because it's like a little ball of energy when we focus on the essence of who we are. And so as Scott and I have really become practiced at that, we are putting that into each of our creations, and so that just connects directly to the essence of who other people are. So it just hits them right in their essence, and they feel it immediately and powerfully. So it's become really easy to tell new people about what we do and just know the next step. Like the next step is just revealed, and we're getting really good at recognizing when the next step is revealed, and then we just follow it. So like a year ago, I just I wasn't sure where the circles were going, if they were going to really be something, and so I just followed the next urge, the next thing that they told me to do, and reached out to some of the entrepreneurial shift people, and that turned into various, it just got the energy moving. And that's really all it's about. It's not about doing the right thing. It's just about letting the energy move. And sometimes if there was a lull in people wanting them, or they would not be able to come up with the money to have them done, I would just do one for myself, or if there was a collective desire to have a circle done on a certain topic, I would do that and just put it out to our group and to people on social media and my website. And Scott was always great about sharing, and it would always find its place, whether it was just something to share for everyone, or if someone just really saw what they needed in it and wanted to have it. So yeah, it's all just become fairly effortless. The action involved in creating all of this is a feeding thing. It's a nurturing thing for us and for who we come in contact with. So it's a building energy rather than a draining energy, which is just, I mean, that's like the definition of success. So we're sort of redefining success as well. That it doesn't have to be about gaining more and more money or clients or recognition or fame. It's just about being nurtured and growing yourself, really. Because what's the point of being alive if you're not being nurtured and growing yourself? That's like the point of plants and animals and all of nature. So that is that's sort of our philosophy, and it's become really easy and to explain and for people to understand in this new paradigm, this new world, where we're helping to shift away from the achievement through these explanations of what we do.
That's good. There's a little echo on.
There's an echo?
Is
that what you said?
Yeah, maybe it's gone now. There was an echo when I spoke.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. All right. I'll supercharge that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So Rita's come up with some really great content for us just out of, she's really an example of taking that next leap. Wherever she gets stuck, she seems to be the first one out of the two of us to really just understand, okay, there is a little resistance here. There's a little bit of a lull maybe, or there's just a time where I'm still waiting for something to happen. And then she'll get an idea of like, what is that next step? And sometimes that next step sort of chases her. And she's like, I don't know if I want to take the next step or if I'm that. And she's talked about this. And so she actually has helped a lot of us in this community through these essence meetings that we've set up that are just sort of pop-up essence meetings about, you know, what people is on their heart for like their next step, even if they don't know where that step is going to take them. Because Rita's like sort of become a pro in our group of like following her circles, following those ideas and just saying, this is the next step. And I'm not sure where I'm going to go, but this is where I'm being led by either my art, the circles, creator, God, universe. And it's gives so many other people permission to just think, yeah, I can take that next step and I can be courageous. She created a courageous snail for one of her circles, and we had a Kylego where it was in the background. And I think that courageous snail came through to show us that we could take those next steps as well. We could just create, and we didn't have to know what the next step was, but this, every once in a while when she creates a circle that might be meant for someone else or for her, there's someone else like in our group, or she and I will Kylego, and it will come to us. It's like this courageous snail just is telling us that it's okay to take that next step and not know where it's going. That is part of being in like our own essence, is to realize that we have the universe does have our back, and that we have momentum and this energy of being alive is so important. And so people who get circles are telling Rita, this is like the energy of my essence or energy of being alive, as well as a soul circle, because there's movement and because there is shape. And it could be a little microcosm of something, or it could be something expansive and big and not ever changing too. So she didn't realize it first, but she was creating that symbol to show people this is what an energy of aliveness and movement and motion and soul really looked like, and that we could tap into that and actually see the changes and see the next step, or even if we saw a window to the next step, that it just sort of led us through. It was kind of like cosmic stargates along the way. We don't know where the stargate is going to take us, but we decide to leap through. We decide to leap through the stargate because we're being led. And we've in our groups, we've had a lot of times just by one person speaking their essence in a group, it allows the next person in the group to start speaking their essence. And we've had tears, we've had joy, we've had laughter. People wear their shirts with their when they come to our meetings or when they come on trips too, and or they put them in the background on the videos. So it's a lot of fun. So those essences and those cosmic things speak to other people. And so her circles are showing other people, like her circles on social media show up, and they, it's almost like they're for that individual, but then they're for all of us, because each of them gives every one of us permission to be how we are in our essence. And they're an example of that next leap. Someone even said they're an example of like our next leap in evolution, which was just profound. And so that's kind of been the energy that Rita and I creating a lot of this stuff. We actually don't know where we're going. We love it, but we're just jumping into the next stargate, the next essence, the next honoring, the next choice, the next, adventure, quiet space.
Sometimes it feels weird to stay quiet because, I love it.
Good.
Yeah.
So that snail kind of did that for us.
I'm going to have to go get the courageous snail.
Yes. Wow. You should talk so that it comes on camera again.
Oh, right. Yes, here's the courageous snail. Blazing at snail speed. Yes, I haven't meditated with this one yet. I just did it before the Kylego, so we'll see what comes out.